These are the 10 greatest betrayals in One Piece that's either going to tear you up or going to make you so mad that you will literally crack your screen. So let's get started. Number 10. Kurozumi Orochi. For a couple of years, the One Piece community had been wondering which character among the Alliance could possibly be the traitor. As it turns out, it was the obvious answer, Kurozumi Kanjuro. He never inherently gave off traitor vibes, but his lack of emotional attachment made him easy pickings for the traitor fan theories. Despite this, there was still a lot of weight behind Kanjuro's betrayal. He had been an inside man for Orochi since the early days of the Scabbards and played a huge part in Oden's downfall and Jack's raid on Zoo. However, one may feel about his actual reveal, there's no denying that he's been easy to hate ever since. Number 9. Denjiro. Denjiro is napping Kyoshiro. Of the various twists and changed alliances within the Wano arc, Denjiro's has to easily be the most shocking and exciting. While Kanjuro was an inside man for Orochi, Denjiro was an inside man for the Red Scabbards and a longtime protector for Hiyori. After Oden's death, Denjiro wasn't part of the group that was sent to the future. Instead, he hid away for years, letting grief and age change his appearance. When he did return to the public eye, he took on the name Kyoshiro, a rising Yakuza boss who'd go on to become Orochi's right-hand man. Up until the Alliance came to Wano, Denjiro had been helping Hiyori and the people in secret while maintaining his prime spot right next to Orochi's head. Number 8. Scratchman Poo. While the Straw Hats were on sabbatical training, the rest of the Supernovas were out in the New World trying to usurp the Emperors, and failing. It became obvious to them that their only options were to either join with them or work with each other. Eustace Kid tried to do the latter, calling upon Hawkins and Apu to help him take down Shanks. Unbeknownst to him, Apu had already become a key agent for Kaido and was already calling the hulking beast to ambush their meeting. Since his betrayal was revealed, the fans have criticized Apu as easily the slimiest of the worst generation. Number 7. Hody Jones. Fishman Island and the Ryugu Kingdom have a long, tumultuous history with the human world. Tensions became practically unforgivable after Otohime, their precious queen who had always dreamt of peace with the humans, was suddenly and mercilessly shot down by a mysterious assassin right before she was set to begin peace talks with the world government. For years, it was easy for many to think that this was another act of hate and violence by the humans against fishmen and merfolk. Unbeknown to them, it was Hody Jones, a fishman raised on utter hate for humans and human sympathizers, who shot her down. Number 6. Caesar Clown. A being of actual noxious gas, Caesar Clown was an arrogant, self-serving scientist who abused others' trust and resources to fuel his devilish experiments. This would, unfortunately, include the likes of the Brownbeard Pirates, a downtrodden pirate group that he took in as guards and test subjects after their humiliating defeat by Basil Hawkins. And while many of them, Brownbeard included, saw Caesar as a hero leading and healing them, Caesar was practically screaming throughout the arc that he was planning to betray them, going as far as to actually scream how little he thought of them as he was about to kill them. Number 5. Donquixote Rosinante. Rosinante was Doflamingo's long-lost brother, who was taken in by the Marines when Daffy was taken in by Trebol and his brothers. Rosinante would go on to become a Marine spy that was entrusted with infiltrating his brother's pirate crew during its early years. While being an informant is already betrayal enough for a gangster story, Rosinante would also try to sway a young Trafalgar Law from joining the crew, as well as interfere with one of Doflamingo's biggest deals. Number 4. CP9. Long after Tom's trial, the Marines believed that Iceberg was given the plans to the ancient weapon, Pluton. To keep an eye on him, they dedicated a small yet capable group of super spies to spend years infiltrating his closest circles. This involved several members becoming key contractors in his building company, and one of them becoming his seemingly trusted assistant. Once they had enough information and control over Nico Robin, they decided to pull the trigger on their plans and fully raid his offices. The cold, unabashed reveal would leave Iceberg and his team feeling shocked and used, as people that they once viewed as friends and even family suddenly conspired against them. Dang! That must have hurt, and this top 3 backstories hurt the most. Number 3. Marshall D. Teach. Whitebeard roamed the seas looking for what he has always wanted most, a family. As great and mighty as his crew might have been, their central rule was to never betray or harm the sons and daughters that Whitebeard had spent years raising. And as of this writing, only one person had ever broken that sacred rule. Blackbeard is an individual of mysterious origin who killed his superior Thatch when he realized that he had the darkness fruit. Unfortunately, this would not be Blackbeard's last betrayal of the Whitebeard pirates, or even his last betrayal as a whole, as he'd continue his ominous campaign to accumulate even more power. Number 2. Squard. Whitebeard isn't the nicest pirate around, but he is an old man who has such great feelings of pride and affection for his crew that he could practically forgive any of them for stabbing him in the back, or in Squard's case, the front. He was an old member of the Whitebeard pirates who went on to start his own pirate crew. He'd fight alongside the old man during Ace's rescue, but quickly became suspicious of Newgate's intentions when Akainu somehow got in his ear. Akainu would eventually be able to trick Squard into piercing Whitebeard in his stomach. Squard wouldn't feel the weight of his actions until Whitebeard got onto his knees to hug and forgive his child without question. After this, we all have to agree that Whitebeard is the best father in One Piece. Number 1. Sanji. Sanji's betrayal of Luffy was very heart-wrenching and tragic. For a while, many fans wished and thought that the fight between Luffy and Usopp on Water 7 would be the Straw Hats' last inner conflict. However, greater powers and family circumstances would work against them, as Sanji found himself trapped within an arranged marriage between powerful criminal families. When confronted by his traumatic past and the seemingly insurmountable power of the Big Mom pirates, Sanji did his best to protect his crew by rejecting his captain in no uncertain terms, going as far as to kick out one of Luffy's teeth. If you have watched this far, check this video where I have explained the rise and downfall of the worst generation members. Come on! Click it!